Pain needs no translator. A child knows it. A king fears it. A prisoner lives it. A billionaire can't buy his way out of it. Pain is the great equalizer. It arrives wearing different masks: disease, betrayal, rejection, loss. A single sentence spoken in anger that cuts deeper than any blade. And here's the terrifying part. Pain is contagious. It rarely stays where it lands. A wounded father wounds his son. A wounded son wounds his wife. A wounded wife wounds her child. A wounded child grows into a wounded adult. Pain travels through families like an inheritance nobody asked for, but everyone receives. But we're not just victims of pain. We're also its dealers. The bottle promises escape, delivers agony. The affair promises excitement, delivers destruction. The grudge promises justice, delivers poison. The lie promises safety, delivers chains. Sin rises dressed like a salesman, but the product never changes: pain. And if we're brutally honest, too many of us have become merchants of pain, selling it to others, selling it to ourselves, because not all pain comes from other people. Sometimes we become the authors of our own suffering. The choices we regret, the habits we cannot control, the roads we knew we shouldn't have taken, pain inflicted, pain inherited, pain repeated. Here's the question that matters. When pain lands on you, do you pass it on, or does it die with you? That question haunted one man who walked through hell and back, a place called a concentration camp, where pain wasn't an accident, it was the product. In 1942, the Nazis arrested a young Austrian psychiatrist named Viktor Frankl. They took his parents, his brother, his pregnant wife. They stripped him of his name and shipped him to Auschwitz. A place where humans became numbers, where hunger was a constant roommate, where death was a daily routine, where pain hung in the air like smoke. In the ashes, Frankl watched humanity fracture. He watched strong men break. He watched ordinary people perform extraordinary acts of courage. And it left him with one haunting question: what does pain actually do to us? The answer shattered his assumptions. The exact same suffering produced completely opposite people. Some turned to stone. Others became a shelter for those around them. Some became bitter. Others became beautiful. Frankl realized a profound truth. Pain doesn't make you better. It doesn't make you worse. It simply turns up the volume. Pain is an amplifier. It doesn't create what's inside your soul. It exposes it. It magnifies the bedrock of who you already are. That's the great mystery of our world, isn't it? Why does the abused become the abuser, while another survivor becomes the protector? Why does the betrayed seek revenge, while another chooses grace? The wound is identical. The reaction is a choice. But Frankl's revelation pushes us to an even deeper, older question. If pain is this universal, if it's the one inheritance every human receives, where did it come from? To find the origin of the infection, we have to trace the bloodline back, past the barbed wire of 1940s Germany, past the gladiators of Rome, past the pyramids of Egypt, past the edge of recorded history. Back to a garden, back to a tree, back to the moment pain entered the human story. Long before the barbed wire, before the prison cells, before the battlefields, before the cemeteries, there was a garden, a world with no funerals, no broken hearts, no sleepless nights. Pain was a complete stranger to creation. Until a tree, until a choice. Adam and Eve reached for the forbidden, and in that single act of rebellion, a parasite entered the world, sin. And wherever sin goes, pain follows. God's warning to Eve was not merely a punishment, it was a diagnosis. I will surely multiply your pain. Pain in childbirth, pain in labor, pain in relationships, pain in the very soil beneath their feet. The infection entered the bloodstream of humanity, and it did not stop in Eden. It metastasized. Jealousy became murder. Cain and Abel. Families fractured, tribes warred, kingdoms rose and fell. Pain breeding pain, wound feeding wound. Every generation inheriting the toxic estate of the first humans. This is why hurting people hurt people. Why revenge feels natural, but forgiveness feels like a miracle. Because pain is no longer merely an event that happens to us. It is an occupant that lives within us. We are born into a contaminated world, and without realizing it, we become its carriers, its distributors, its merchants. But thousands of years after the garden gates closed, a child was born whose very name captured the human condition. A name that translated to a single brutal word, pain. His name was Jabez. His name meant pain, Jabez. History gives him no grand biography, no epic battles, no famous speeches, just a few lines buried in an ancient genealogy. Yet hidden in those few lines is one of the most remarkable prayers ever recorded. His mother named him Jabez because, she said, I bore him in pain. Imagine wearing that label. Every time someone called your name, it was a verbal scar, a daily reminder of suffering, a daily reminder of a wound. Maybe you don't have that name, but perhaps you carry that story. The child of an angry father, the product of a broken home, the one who was never enough, the spouse carrying old scars, the person still haunted by mistakes they cannot undo. Pain has a ruthless habit of trying to hijack our identity. It whispers, this is who you are, this is who you will always be, this is what you will become. But Jabez refused the verdict. We all know the first half of his prayer. Oh, that you would bless me indeed. But we often miss the ending, the part that reveals the heart of the man. He prayed, keep me from harm so that I might not cause pain. Think about the weight of that. A man born in pain, a man named Pain, praying that he would not become the very thing that wounded him. He wasn't merely asking for a blessing. He was asking for a barricade. Don't let me become the thing that hurt me. Don't let me pass it on. Don't let me become another merchant of pain. Because pain's natural instinct is to reproduce, to ensure tomorrow pays for the wounds of yesterday. But Jabez looked at the inheritance. He looked at the cycle. He looked at the wound that had followed humanity since Eden. And he drew a line in the sand with a simple prayer. Let it stop with me. But here is the brutal reality. Jabez's prayer is beautiful, but it is not enough. Because every one of us has discovered the same terrifying truth. Pain is easier to recognize than it is to stop. We see the cycle. We hate the cycle. We swear we'll break the cycle. And then we repeat it. The angry father hears his own father's voice coming out of his mouth. The wounded wife feels the bitterness taking root anyway. The betrayed man realizes just how deep the poison really goes. The problem is bigger than our intentions. The infection runs too deep for willpower. That's why the story of pain doesn't end with Jabez. It ends with another man, a better man. The Apostle Paul laid it out plainly. Through one man, sin entered the world, and through sin came death, sorrow, separation, pain. Adam opened the door, and pain walked in. But the Christian story makes a radical claim. What was broken by one man can be rebuilt by another. Enter Jesus. He stepped into a world drowning in agony. Betrayed, mocked, beaten, crucified, but here's what made him different. He carried the pain without passing it on. He absorbed hatred without returning it. He suffered injustice without demanding revenge. On the cross, the cycle hit a dead end. pain met the one man who refused to pass it on. And through his resurrection, a new inheritance was born: forgiveness, healing, a new heart. This is why the prayer of Jabez still matters. It was never a magic formula for a bigger bank account or a more comfortable life. It is the desperate cry of every human soul: Lord, let the pain stop with me. Let the bitterness stop with me. Let the revenge stop with me. Let the cruelty stop with me. And where I cannot heal myself, heal me. The world changes the moment someone refuses to pass the pain along. A husband, a wife, a parent, a child, a friend, a nation. The story of humanity began with pain entering through one man. The hope of humanity is that healing entered through another. So perhaps the most powerful prayer you will ever pray is not, Lord, bless me, but this: Lord, let it stop with me. History leaves clues, faith offers answers, and every story leaves us with a choice. If you enjoyed this journey, subscribe and join us for the next one. This is Safe Return Doubtful. Until then, let it stop with you.
History leaves clues in the dust, in the stone. Names on a wall, bones under the road. Every old wound has a reason to sing. Every closed door still remembers a key. Faith offers answers when the map falls apart. One hand on the truth, one hand on the heart. Safe return doubtful. Safe return doubtful. Choose what you carry. Choose what you keep. Stop with you. Stop with you. Stop with you. Every story ends at a fork in the dark. One path asked for pride, one path asked for a scar. You can pass it on like a match in the rain, or hold back the flame and break the chain. Faith offers answers when the map falls apart. One hand on the truth, one hand on the heart. Safe return doubtful. Safe return doubtful. Choose what you carry. Choose what you keep. Stop with you. Stop with you. Stop with you. Stop with you. If you learned it here, then don't let it fade. Give the hurt a name, then lay it down today. Every line we cross leaves a mark, leaves proof. What you leave behind is the life you choose. Safe return doubtful. Safe return doubtful. Choose what you carry. Choose what you keep. Stop with you. Stop with you. Stop with you. If you enjoy this journey, join us for the next one. This is Safe Return Doubtful. Until then, let it stop with you.